folks, it's Jeff here. Just a quick reminder, if you're loving Disney Coast to Coast, there are a couple of easy ways that you can support the show. We'd love it if you could rate and review us on iTunes, or wherever you listen to the show. This is a simple way to help other Disney fans find us. Also, go ahead and share your favorite episodes on social media and be sure to tag us. You can find all of our social media information at DisneyCoastToCoast.com. And finally, I just want to say thank you to all of you who listen every week. Your support is very appreciated, and we love that you're enjoying our Disney geekiness. Now on with the show.
Do you dream of fairies and princesses? Then you've come to the right place. Welcome to Disney Coast to Coast.
Hey folks, and welcome to Disney Coast to Coast, the ultimate unofficial Disney fan podcast. I'm Jeff DePaoli, and in today's House of Mouse headlines, we get some info about this year's Halloween festivities at Disneyland, Toy Story Land is going on tour, and Pixar Pier announces an absurdly priced preview event. That and so much more, so let's get to it.
Hear the latest news from the Walt Disney Company in today's House of Mouse headlines.
As you may or may not have noticed, this episode is being released about 12 hours earlier than it normally would be, and that's because this is my last chance to remind you that if you're listening to this on the day it's released, Sunday, May 20th, 2018, I will be in Walt's Barn in Griffith Park, California today from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. along with the Pizza Planet truck. So if you're looking for something fun and free to do today, swing by Walt's Barn in Griffith Park, California. I will be there from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. But let's get to the news. Halloween is just around the corner, kind of, sort of, not really, but of course we're going to start making the Halloween plans, and over at Disneyland they did make some announcements. It's going to be longer than ever, this HalloweenTime celebration at the Disneyland Resort. It's going to be going from September 7th through October 31st over at Disneyland and Disney California Adventure. Of course, we'll get those classic attraction overlays as well as special decorations and specialty foods, and of course the character meet and greets in costume. This is the return of Haunted Mansion Holiday over at Disneyland as well as Space Mountain Ghost Galaxy, and over at Disney California Adventure, they're bringing us a lot of the same great stuff that we got last year for the first time, including Monsters After Dark, which is a layover for Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout, which happens each evening. So happy to see that that's going to be returning. Of course, the Halloween festivities at Disneyland are always a lot of fun. As of right now, it didn't look like too much newness to it, other than the fact that it's a longer period of time than it normally is. Part of Halloween at Disneyland Resort is Mickey's Halloween Party, which will be running for 15 nights. On June 12th, tickets go on sale to the general public. They often do sell out pretty quickly, so if you want to get your tickets, keep June 12th in mind for HalloweenTime and Mickey's Halloween Party at the Disneyland Resort. Also happening over at the Disneyland Resort, we have the annual Passholder Churro Challenge, which is part of Pixar Fest, running through June 8th. And this is a little added-on bonus, I guess. It's very reminiscent of the Easter extravaganza that they do over at Epcot as well as at the Disneyland Resort. And you're paying $5 to get this Churro Challenge map, and it points out the different locations. There are 4 locations with specialty churros that are part of Pixar Fest. And basically, you have to go to those stands and get a sticker to put on the map. Once you collect all 4 stickers, you can receive a special Pixar Fest button. Now, as far as the specialty churros are concerned, there's the Cocoa Churro, which is a spiced cocoa treat at the Frontierland Churro Cart. There's Kevin's Churro, a fruity lemon delight at Town Square Churro Cart on Main Street, USA. And then the Presto Rabbit Churro, a carrot cake lover's dream at New Orleans Square Churro Cart. And Ants on a Log Churro, a donut-iced cocoa cereal concoction at a Bugs Land Churro Cart. Now, this is for annual pass holders only, and the cool thing about this is you do not need to buy the churros in order to take part. Of course, that's what they're going for. They're trying to get you to visit these different churro stations and try all of the different specialty churros they have for Pixar Fest, but as long as you purchase the map and just go to those carts, they will give you a sticker, even if you don't purchase a churro, and then you can still collect your button anyway. Now happening over at Disney California on June 22nd, they're having a Pixar Pier premiere event. And basically, this is the day before Pixar Pier officially opens, and they're calling it an exclusive VIP-style premiere event. And what it grants you is access to Pixar Pier beginning at 3 p.m. and access to Disney California Adventure. That's on June 22nd, the day before Pixar Pier officially opens. You'll have access to the Incredicoaster, the Pixar Pal Around, as well as Toy Story Midway Mania. You'll get a complimentary sample of one item from each of the following: the Poultry Palace, Angry Dogs, Jack Jack's Cookie Num Nums, Senor Buzz Churros, and adorable Snowman Frosted Treats. They're also promising Pixar entertainment, meet and greets, and photo opportunities. This will also include free photo downloads and a lanyard and free parking. Now, the kicker about all of this is the price tag for this specialty event. We're used to these. There are lots of specialty events that Disney throws, and they're usually around close to $100. The kicker is this is a $299 ticket for this event. Ladies and gentlemen, I must say that this is the most overpriced event I've ever seen Disney offer. I've always been the type of person who, although I acknowledge that Disney vacations can get costly, I've always felt that you were getting phenomenal entertainment for what you're paying. When people argue that a ticket price of $100 is outrageous to enter a Disney theme park, I would argue that people are willing to pay hundreds, if not thousands of dollars for a single ticket to a football game or a ticket to the musical Hamilton. Yes, it's expensive to visit a Disney park, but you're getting a full day of first-class entertainment. I don't understand how Disney can feel comfortable charging almost $300 for an event celebrating a land opening that isn't even a new land. Everything about Pixar Pier is a reskin of a land and attractions that already existed. Is this what Disney fans now expect from the Walt Disney Company? We've been worn down so much that a simple retheming is now considered new to us. It's not. It's an insult, and the price tag for this VIP event is even more of an insult. Guys, I'm a fan of Disney products. I really am. If I weren't, I wouldn't invest so much time in a podcast all about this company that I love. But I will not wear Disney blinders when it comes to the company no longer respecting their guests. I no longer consider myself a guest at a Disney park. I am simply a customer. It makes me sad. This truly doesn't come down to the dollar amount. If it were a $300 event worthy of a $300 price tag, that would be one thing. But the audacity to charge $300 for a rethemed land merely hours before it opens to the general public is insulting. If you're not insulted, you should be. You're being taken advantage of because Disney knows that no matter what they offer, they have such a die-hard fan base that they'll pay anything and wait however long to experience it. This was proven when lines went up to 3+ hours when Luigi's Rollickin' Roadsters opened. It's a pleasant ride, don't get me wrong, but let's face it, if any other theme park opened the same attraction, there is no way that people would wait 3 hours for what can be considered a C-ticket attraction. If you feel like you're not a good Disney fan, if you don't worship every little thing they do and every little decision they make, you're wrong. Having an opinion is an important quality for every individual person. I don't understand how a Halloween party that offers a way more than a Pixar Pier can have a ticket around $100, yet the pier charges $300. I fully expect this event to sell out, but if you're as insulted by this event as I am, don't buy a ticket. The only way to get the message across that we as guests demand more is to hurt the company wallet. If this event is a success, I dread to think what the VIP event for Galaxy's Edge will cost. I bet it kisses $1,000, and I'm not even kidding. Yes, Walt was a businessman, but Walt believed in giving the guest more than they expected. I feel this event is headed in the opposite direction of guests receiving way less than they pay for. But hey, perhaps I'm wrong. Perhaps the Pixar Pier premiere event will be the greatest event Disneyland's ever thrown. But somehow I doubt it. Now heading over to Walt Disney World, unfortunately I've got some bummer news over there, and that is that the talking Mickey that has been meeting at the Town Square Theater for years at the Magic Kingdom has been silenced. This is been in the rumor mill for quite some time, but it feels like a major step backwards to me. It's such a bummer, and I understand maybe it was having technical issues or something. I'm really hoping this isn't permanent, although it's kind of feeling like it is. It was such a cool experience if you ever got to do it. I was really hoping this was the beginning of this and that it would roll out to all the characters, especially since we saw them testing this so many different places. We saw them testing this at Disney California Adventure. We saw them testing it where Mickey and Minnie and I believe Donald were together having a conversation. So, I don't know. It just seems like a real bummer to me. I hope that they keep working on this technology and eventually we see it come back. But for now, I think it's just going to remain as talking characters in the shows, which I think should be safe. I'm going to assume that that is a much, much easier thing to deal with pre-recorded dialogue as opposed to that, real-time interaction with a guest. But I am really sad to see this go away, and it does feel like a step backwards to me. Also happening over at Walt Disney World is a new product coming on May 21st, and that is the Purple Wall Slush. Yes, indeed, that infamous purple wall over in Tomorrowland at the Magic Kingdom. Yes, fans of Tomorrowland's Purple Wall can find a Purple Wall Slush at Tomorrowland Terrace. Matching the infamous photo spot, this taro tea slush comes with tapioca boba pearls, whipped cream, and purple sprinkles. So now you can get a photo op in front of the purple wall holding your Purple Wall Slush. If that's not Instagrammable, I don't know what is. Coming up on May 27th over at Disney's Hollywood Studios, we do have the return of Star Wars Galactic Nights, and they have announced that a part of this will be a panel called Inside Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. And this is where Imagineers will show you the design and development process, including new details about the land. Pretty cool. You're going to get to see new photos of the land's current progress, as well as learn more details about the planet Batuu, which we'll be visiting. And they say other special surprises. I think it would be really cool if they show you one of those newfangled lightsabers we keep hearing so much about. That's honestly the thing I'm most excited for is the lightsaber. So, and by the way, a ticket to Galactic Nights is merely $129 compared to the $299 price tag of the Pixar Pier premiere event. Of course, over at Disney's Hollywood Studios, we're all getting really excited about the opening of Toy Story Land on June 30th. And to promote the opening of Toy Story Land, Toy Story is going on a mall tour. Yes, indeed. They're heading to Brea, California, as well as Chandler, Arizona, Bloomington, Minnesota, Orland Park, Illinois, and Altamonte Springs, Florida, where they'll be offering exclusive merchandise also available at boxlunch.com and special displays showing you all about the new Toy Story Land headed to Walt Disney World. Going from mall tours to theater tours, Frozen, the Broadway musical, has announced very early after their Broadway opening that they will begin a North American tour in the fall of 2019. It will begin the tour in Los Angeles, California at the Pantages Theater, which Newsies fans may know because that's where they shot the live musical movie as well. Now, before we get going, I want to give a huge shout out to Katie Beth Fowler. Katie, thank you so much for going to iTunes and leaving that 5-star ratings and review. You have helped other Disney fans find the show more easily, and it's very much appreciated. Once again, Katie Beth Fowler, thank you for the 5 stars. And before we get going, we got to talk about this week's Twitter poll. This week's Twitter poll was, which Disney movie release are you looking most forward to? With the options being Solo, A Star Wars Story, Christopher Robin, Incredibles 2, or Wreck-It Ralph 2. Now at 13% of the votes, we had Solo, A Star Wars Story, followed by Christopher Robin with 18% of the votes, Wreck-It Ralph 2 with 19% of the votes, and a whopping 50% of the votes going to The Incredibles 2. I've really got to watch The Incredibles again before that one comes out, because you guys really love it, so I better check it out. Now, this is your final reminder, folks. If you're listening to this episode on Sunday, May 20th, the day it's released, I will be at Walt Disney's Barn in Griffith Park, California from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. I hope you decide to swing by and say hello. And make sure you follow DIZNEYCTC over on Instagram so that you can play Trivia Time every single Thursday on our Instagram story. All of our social media can be found over at DisneyCoastToCoast.com, and this episode of Disney Coast to Coast was produced by Philip Elke, who has supported the show through Patreon. If you'd like to become a DCTC producer or gain other rewards, more information can be found at patreon.com/DCTC or over at DisneyCoastToCoast.com. Till next time, have a magical day. Bye!
Thanks for watching Disney Coast to Coast. Have a magical day.
Disney Coast to Coast is produced and hosted by Jeff DePaoli. Learn more about the podcast and become a supporter at DisneyCoastToCoast.com.